Alright, on to round 2. Yeah, 11 rounds. 11 rounds might be a little too much. I mean, that makes sense. Let's get a little water. Good luck, everybody. Good luck to players. Good luck to watchers at home. All right. I am actually level 1. Got to win the first round. Good job. Mike is playing. He got a quick 2-0 in like 8 minutes. Larry. I don't know. We've won 2 die rolls so far. I like that. Hey, thank you, thank you. All right, so what do we got? We have most of everything. They kept 7. So my thought here is I can Vampiric for Lotus. Lotus will let me play Mentor, and then at least I have Lotus available for a later breach. And then none of that matters because they are playing Bazaar of Baghdad. Bum, bum, bum. Vengevine, Vengevine, Bloodghast. Well, I now think I want Ancestral. It would have been nice if I had the right land set up to be able to play Lavinia. I think the raw cards here makes the most sense with Ancestral. And then from that. Wow. Wow, that was terrible. Holy crap, that was bad. Ouch. We should have played Scald. Well, Scalding Tarn sets up the ability for Underworld Breach to fill the graveyard. I mean, potentially, I know when we played against actual Dredge, when we co-piloted with Aaron, we were able to hit them with a Brain Freeze once they were dangerously low. I don't expect to get there this time around. So they are most likely Hogak. The fact they have non... You got a Stitcher Supplier? Okay, Lotus and go off. We don't have enough to go off. That's the problem. I mean, we could have... We play Lotus first. We might... Yeah, we probably would have had just enough. That's true. I think we would have had just enough had we gone for it. So that is on me. Lotus, I guess I was not thinking that I had enough material with the graveyard. Lotus would have given me... Well, we'd have 5 mana. Lotus would have been the first spell played. Play Underworld Breach, then play Brain Freeze. That would give me enough to re-loop it. But if they were holding Force of Vigor, they could have potentially broken that up. We wouldn't have known that. So I could play Mentor here. If I play Mentor, that gives me a shot. Alternatively, if I could find if I play out Mentor, then I have Force back for when they try to cast Hogak, I can force Hogak. See what they do. Like, I would love for them to just cash these guys in. And, like, just cast Hogak, using up Deathrite Shaman and stuff. So they're casting a Root Waller here to get Team Vengevine. So this means I still have one turn worth to go for everything. So this gives me the best chance with four, 8, 12, 13, 14. Technically, blocking with Mentor gives me another card in the graveyard. But what do the life points matter? The life points don't matter. Cabal Therapy would be terrible for me here. Okay. So they're still holding 2 cards. What could I draw? Mystic Sanctuary, put Vampiric Tutor on top. Preordain into Vampiric Tutor. Vampiric Tutor for Lotus. Flip Lotus in the graveyard is not good enough. Preordain. I am at 1. I forgot about the burn part of it. So, okay. That's not even an option. Let's not do that option. I think it starts with Preordain needs to find either a 0 mana spell. We could cast Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze for 6. Brain Freeze for 6. So what would we have to do? We play Breach. We play... Yeah, Brain Freeze does it for 6. I'm trying to think, is there any way to get... Preordain would have to hit. And Preordain doesn't see as much, and then we're still short if we do come up short, so... Alright, big bucks, no whammies. Force of Will is turned off anyway. They still have it they're paying cost, so they still had a second Force of Vigor the whole time. Alright. Let's counter that Force of Vigor. Alright, so it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So that Preordain definitely would have found a whole lot of nothing. So even though they threw away the first Force of Vigor, they still had a second one. So they still, had we just straight up jammed, I think we would have came up short. Okay, so... Even though seeing the Force of Vigors, I still think... that Mox is 3 more cards. Had we caught it off the Preordain, that's true. I mean, they are likely to have hollow ones. Teferi seems on the weaker side. I mean, Teferi would protect from Force of Vigor, but... Mental Misstep is likely to be better against them because of Deathrite Shaman, because of things like that. I mean, Force of Will in general is kind of on the weak side. mean, Dak Faden. Sometimes you just need to draw one and steal a hollow one. They kept 7. Probably. Fluster might like I was looking at it like Fluster will only stop one card at all being Force of Vigor, whereas at least those forces could stop a Hogak or stop, something being cast back out. But I guess Lavinia's a good one, right? Turn 1, just put a Lavinia in play. That'll do. Okay. That was a good couple of games. Turn 1, 418, conceded from the game at 419. I guess. Okay. Is Flusterstorm better than Force of Will there? Potentially? Right? I think Mind Break Trap is not, because they're not going to cast a lot of the cards. That's why Mind Break Trap and even necessarily Force of Will, they're not casting the cards. They're like getting the advantage off of them through their other whatever. Like, the only thing is what is better than these Lavinias? Lavinia's out, but we're gonna put another 3 mana card back in. That feels weird. I mean, Lavinia can still be cast on my turn 1, which might not be fast enough, but what they did last time was just play Bazaar Go. If I take the Lavinias out, what am I bringing in? And I mean, I guess just one Lavinia for the deck and keep the other Lavinia. I do like Lavinia being able to protect against a Force of Vigor if it goes later. I think I want to keep them. Yeah. A Dak over a Force Will. Yeah, like I think Mike was talking about Dak filling up the graveyard, right? The filtering. I think filling up the graveyard is sometimes what I have the most trouble with, not having enough fuel. So, I don't know. We will see. All right, so this DAC could have been a Force Will for all I know. Yeah, we keep. Hmm. Kind of don't hate both of them. I think long term I want both of them, so. The question is, at what point do I need to exile the Hogaks? Once they're available to be cast, I think. That's where I need to worry about it. Like right now, they have, what's the fuel? 1, 2. What is the cost on a Hogak? Cost on a Hogak is 5 green. So these two. Okay, so when this happens, it'll mill over 3 more. That means they would be available to be brought back. Opponent's hand is another Stitcher Supplier. And a few Forces of Vigor. I need to get the snip of their hand because it always goes away. Well, see, the thing is, right now, if I'd let Stitcher Supplier just happen, they would have gotten 3 cards and then can go into immediately. I wouldn't have a chance to respond. They could have just cast the Hogak. They might not have just cast the Hogak, but I wouldn't even have had the option. Yeah, I was thinking further out, and I think potentially, well, no, I couldn't have done it in response as well. So they played the Wooded Foothills. Hollow One Chalice. That was nice. You probably should have bazared there, sir. Hmm. So they played the Stitcher Supplier. So they still have double Force of Vigor. I want to burn 6 cards. Of course, I should have now. Yeah, I should have hit the Bloodghast if I know that I was going to be playing into deck. Well, that was an easy one. Let's see if we can save for life and have them go all at deck. Do they have the Dryad Arbor? No. It's kind of interesting for them to activate end step, because now they're either going to ditch the Force of Vigors. They threw away Force of Vigors. Alright, am I dead? Another Force of Vigor. Three, four, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we have a good amount of options here. If I don't necessarily want to do that. Fetch land gives me another one. This looks like it's going to be similar to last time. Gush for surgical. What would I be surgicaling for? What I'm thinking is I float 2 mana. I gush. We then play Underworld Breach with that mana. Playing land, brain freezing out. And then, I mean, we have to have hit in the next 1, 2, in the top 11 cards. I feel like we could hit in the top 11 cards. Oh, gotcha. So Gitaxian Probe will help. Maybe not. Yes, because we can flash back the Gataxian probe. Exile 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. One, two, three. So I can't do it again. If I cracked a fetch land, I could get close. But I don't necessarily... I can't play that in response. Fetch land is one less non-lotus. Yeah, if I... Surgical, I can surgical for one more and then not need to play a fetch land. And that gets me my one more just in case. Alright, I think we've gone as deep as we can. There's the pedal. I would say they don't have any Deathrite Shamans in play that can activate and kill me, right? Okay. Cast a Lotus Petal for 1, 2, 3. Blue. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have 18 left. 4, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or I guess we just have 10 spells, right? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did one too many. Thank you, thank you. I did one too many to me, but that's okay. Because Black Lotus is in there. Exile 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. And then we just ancestral them for the last card. It's a good thing they don't have Creeping Chill. Creeping Chill would be bad news. And I would like to ancestral you. That felt good. All right. Two and zero. 2-0. I would be waking up normally, going to work right now. So glad we're not doing that.